one lie and we're dancing in the rain. Round and round we go, back to the same fire. Your love got teeth and it bites even higher. I can feel that pull at the edge of my neck. One step out, then I'm back in the flame. Same wheel, we keep turning. Same wheel, the night keeps burning. Broken ring dance, broken ring dance. You call me home, then you let me down again. Your promise comes dressed in a clean white cloth, but the hem is torn and the thread comes off. I wash my hands till the red won't fade. Every sweet little word leaves a sharper blade. Round and round we go, back to the same fire. Your love got teeth and it bites even higher. I can feel that pull at the edge of my neck. One step out, then I'm back in the flame. Same wheel, we keep turning. Same wheel, the night keeps burning. Broken ring dance, broken ring dance. You call me home, then you let me down again. If I stay, I sink. If I go, you call. You build me up just to watch me fall. I cut one cord, you tied two more. Still my heart hears you at the rotten door. Same wheel, we keep turning. Same wheel, the night keeps burning. Broken ring dance, broken ring dance. I choose my life, I won't come back again. Sun on the table, soft on your skin.
Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in.
You came smiling, and the room lit up again.
So today we're going to be going over vibe coding with Claude. First off, welcome in Great Guild. Everyone is in. Who's in the Discord? Thanks for joining. Without further ado, let's get to it. So today I'm going to be vibe coding with Claude until I can buy a condo. So I'm going to be showing you different versions and ways you can use Claude. You can make your own apps. You can make your own video game. If you were younger and you had dreams of making a video game, but you knew you'd either have to go to school for it and you don't know if you'd really take it that seriously, or you would need like a whole team, or you would have to put a bunch of money together to try to work back and forth with a team, and you know what I mean? Like all that just feels like obsolete right now. Because now you have the opportunity to make yourself a video game or an app that you can use on a day to day. And I've done multiple things with it. Most of the stuff you see in my chat or in my general screen is from using Claude AI. So an example is my view counter to the right to be able to see how many people are watching. Even making sure, since I'm going to be showing vibe coding on my computer, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't showing anything vulnerable that will expose me to somebody who may hack me or something like that. So I asked Claude to make me a streamer mode for vibe coding on a live stream on the app. And I told it the specifics that I wanted, and I told it to make sure it's not showing anything vulnerable. So obviously, as a computer, it kind of knows a little more of what code or something could be more vulnerable that I don't know of because I have zero coding experience versus someone who could be watching this video or one day and what I'm saying, boop boop, and then in your computer, So these grapes, I was able to vibe code that by speaking to Claude and making that in Claude design. So I was able to get my vision that I wanted and it took a lot of prompting, but I got it to generally the shape that I wanted and everything with a few other things that I added to it. And then I had the little Claude monster jumping up and down with the grape spinning around. That wasn't me, that was vibe coded again. I used Gemini for that. I used Gemini for the image and I used CapCut's AI for uh, the motion picture. So there you go. As you see right there, that's Gemini, that's Claude, and CapCut's AI. So that's already three right there that's helping me build this and be able to do something with it to make it look more professional. This logo right here above my name. I didn't I envisioned it. I typed it in a bunch of times and till something came out I really liked and I added different prompts and stuff to it. Bam. Now look at it. Looks nice and professional. It's right above my head. Look at that. The grapes right here, like perfect. I'm just now realizing, that that looks really good, honestly. But then we got the little monster right here above us. So for the meantime, we're gonna just focus on the screen down below right here. That's gonna be just mainly showing you the words I'm gonna use. I'm not really gonna even type it. I'm just gonna speak it out, and it's gonna make it for us. So I feel like the first thing that would be pretty good to make would probably be a video game versus an app, just to kind of show you how fast and quick it can move. And later on, since I'm going to be doing this hopefully on a daily basis, we're going to be trying to move from video game to apps to just overall functionality of it, as well as the ability to just see what you can see something that is a problem in your day-to-day life that you could possibly fix with a personalized app that you can create using Claude and it codes it for you. And then it can be on your phone, or you can later on do the extra step and put it on the Play Store or the Apple Store. So, without further ado, I personally always wanted to make a horror game, so that's the first thing we're going to go with. And my channel is kind of a lot of horror games, Call of Duty, Dead by Daylight, and I'm getting into Outlast a little bit. I've already played the first one, but Outlast Trials, so you'll see later on, possibly that'll be on the channel. I'm just seeing how the videos go with that. It's kind of a lot of nude in there, so I'm trying to make sure it's not going to demonetize the channel. So I got to make sure that filter's on, because I turned it off one time, and I played the game, and I played it later on, a couple days later, and it was off. So I didn't turn it off, so I was streaming that, you know what I'm saying? You got to be careful. So always got to be thinking, using your head. Alright, so let's go to horror game. We're gonna go with. Also, let me see, make sure you're in chats. Also, that's another thing too. I wanted to make sure I can see all my chats through all channels, and what I did was I vibe coded. I wouldn't call it an app, but it basically made a private website that as long as I stay on the Wi-Fi is the same as my computer, then I'll be able to see it. And basically, it shows me all the chats of Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. So now I can kind of glance at this versus kind of maybe looking at the screen, or if I'm on a different screen, like when I'm gaming, I can't really see the chat like I would see it right now, which I kind of do need to add to it, but I forgot to add the chat to kind of just be down on the screen so I don't have to look at my phone, because I'm used to doing it by playing the game and then just looking at it through the phone. So that's something I'll add to later on, but Like I said, the phone's fine. As you see, you got chat right there. We'll do a little quick little glance down, or we can just simply have it propped up. All right. This vibe code. After that, I'm gonna put the music back on, and we're gonna be vibe coding and just kind of making a video game. We're gonna make a horror game first, and then if I get some people who kind of respond in chat and let me know something maybe they want to make or a type of game they want to make or see me make, then we can kind of go from there. Get to it. Alright, so we're gonna go to good. Show nothing revealing. Okay, it looks good. Alright, live code. I want to create a horror game that has multiple jump scares that are randomized and don't show up the same. What I mean by that is if you walk over around a corner and there's a jump scare the first time and you end up dying, you go around the corner the second time, there's not necessarily going to be the same thing over there. It may be in a different spot, or I want the general area and map of this to be in a desert, in the middle of a desert with a bunch of pyramids and broken tombs, and you're inside walking around. It's sort of like a maze. You can see the scriptures and the Mayan like style limestone on the walls. And as you walk, there are spiders with big red eyes that crawl toward you but are just there to spook you. They don't really harm you. And then you have rattlesnakes that you hear around the map. And they shake their tails when they're close to you. When you're coming too close to them, you hear the sound of the rattlesnake. Sound increases heavily, and from there you are in danger of being bitten. If you are bitten, your character falls on the ground. I want there to be some type of dramatic fall. I want to be able to look down and be able to see the legs. I don't want the character to look too blocky. I want it to look like a general smooth looking character that you can play and move around. You can crouch down in the video game. As far as getting started with the video game controls, I want you to give me, I want the letter P to pause the game, and that will give me a general map to show me everything that's on the game. So all the characters, the controls. As far as the controls, I want the cursor of the mouse to be able to use my sight of vision to look around, and hold spacebar down to move forward. When I double tap spacebar, I want that to make me continuously run. Give me a large amount of stamina for running. I don't want it to be too slow. As far as the enemies on the on the map, I want it to have mummies that look very realistic, wrapped in bandages and making mummy noises. uh, Small random moans that sound spooky. The sky will have some clouds in it. It'll be in a dark. It will be in a dark environment. The stars will be pretty bright to show where you're walking for the most part, but there will be some areas where the cloud goes over and all you have is a small beam of light from the full moon above you. You also have to worry about werewolves as well on the map. You will hear certain howls when all you see is a beam of the full moon. Let's see. Alright. So that was a lot of information. I know. I'm a very creative person. I can just kind of get that off my head. So now we're going to see what it does, and then from there it should build like the image or somewhat of the video game to the right hand side, and then I'll show you on that part to be able to be moving around, playing with it, and then from there we can kind of move around, see what we do like, see what we, you know what I mean? It's not going to be fully perfect. I kind of like Fable 5 when it first was out because that's how I was using it, and it was like getting it right pretty fast. It actually moved over into Blender and then opened that up, but I feel like if I try to ask it to do Blender right now, it may crash OBS. So I'd rather not do that right now. So right now we're going to kind of keep it a little simple a little bit because we did have one crash already. So now we're going to move over to the next. Alright, so now we need to press enter. Now while we wait, turn on some music and we vibe out.
Sun on the table, soft on your skin. You came in smiling, and the room lit up again. Ice in the bucket, palm trees in my head. We laughed too loud and danced off what we said. Hold me close, let the night roll slow. Pretty eyes glow when the warm wind blows. Palm rum breeze, take me there. Palm rum breeze, we don't need care. Feel that beat in our bones. Palm rum breeze, take us home. Take us home.
So right now, what it's doing is I put a lot. All right. So basically, the tokens. If you don't really know much about AI, the tokens are basically the words. So I think I forgot like maybe every 3 words is a token, or every word is a token. I'm not fully sure myself, but it don't really matter that much. I got the pro version of Claude, so there are usage limits and stuff, but there's usage limits on all subscriptions. But basically, it's almost done thinking, so that's all the tokens it's using right now to think and absorb all of what I just said. And then from there will be more tokens pushed out for certain tools it needs, like for video games and for the pictures and images and references and stuff like that. It'll start branching out. It could get up to 10k tokens, but that's okay. Like 10k is not a crazy amount. It's not gonna like that's not like 100 or 10% of your stuff. It really depends on what you're doing. Another thing too, I've been seeing like there's like a little hack where it's like if you're having like a long conversation with Claude and you can keep continuing that conversation, it's like when it reads it and you respond, or when you write a message to it after, say, like you've been on it for 3 days, that message probably got pretty long. So now when you write a response to it, it reads it all the way from the top back down, equaling more tokens as you see right here. So now that could be double the tokens just trying to ask a simple message. I've asked a message on one of my coaching courses that I had. Basically, I'm trying to coach myself basically to public speaking every day to be able to speak better, more fluently. And since that was going on for more than 20 days, when I write a simple gesture, it uses like 5%, almost 10% of it just from one sentence. So that lets me know, okay, that rumor is true. So I need to kind of, stop it, save that information, push it to the next one. But I think now Claude has an ability to be able to read from a previous chat too. So now we got to see how much tokens that is, and if this way is easier or that way is easier. So there's always, like I said, that AI is constantly moving and adjusting and getting better. So as you see, I did put a lot of information. So it's 7.6 tokens. Let's see what it says creating. It says I built this as a browser-based 3D game. One project folder you can open and play immediately. No engine install. No asset downloads. Every texture and sound is generated. Code. Let me check the directory first. Working okay. Clean slate. Node available. Okay, you get a playable build in one shot with 0 engine setup and everything. Limestone. Okay, nice. So right now it's building us the game right now. So I told you we probably get up to around 10k tokens, which we're at right now. The screen is not popped up yet as far as the game to be able to play it right now. So it's still creating it and stuff. But it's nice to be able to know, boom, it's making me a game that I can play. And like say my computer is super full right now, I wouldn't be able to play it. But because it's smart enough to put it on its own browser, you know what I mean? You're not using any data. So I think that's pretty cool. Well, no, it does use a folder. I'll say that, but it's not like downloading the whole game onto it. You know what I mean? Just so I'm not sure specifically what it is, but I think when you just click on the folder, it opens up the link basically, so you can just go right to it. Right, I'm 5 minutes in, 12.3k tokens. Some people may be like, look, that's 5 minutes or close to 6 minutes right now, and I haven't seen anything. But remember, imagine if you were doing this. You know what I'm saying? How much more time does it take right now? This is about a close to one shot my thing real quick. And it kind of knows me more now too, so it'll be able to kind of adjust more to how I think, especially after you start linking it under projects and stuff. I have a bunch of my like main stuff I want under each project, so I can keep going back to it and I can just keep building off of that. Like this is the time where like if you have dreams and you got like, projects you want to build, put it under a project under Claude, and then just keep having different chats and just let it feed you the information. The only thing is though, I've realized it because I ran into it myself. When you are given the answer very easily, you tend not to take it as serious. And what I mean by that is, it's like, say your friend right now, say an example, me. I got my YouTube monetized. I have a few people who contact me who want information as far as, oh, how do you do it? How'd you get there? I want to do the same. Now, I can give you all the answers and everything I've done because I'm close to you. But you do that but they won't take it as serious as you because of how much work you put in to get to that point. When it's all regurgitated to someone else in one sitting, unless they're really, really, really locked in as much as you or taking notes, it's just kind of go one ear at the other. I'm gonna ask you multiple times. So if you have the Claude, you can at least go back and look at those messages and be like, okay, I gotta do this. Okay, boom, I gotta do that. Okay, boom, I gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? Even if like you ask the Claude the same question like 3 times, later on it'll pick up and be like, oh, instead of asking me this, just do it like this. Like I the cropping right now that we have right now for being able to see the tokens and stuff like that. Before I didn't know how to do that. But before Claude messaged me and said, oh, just do it this way and it takes 30 seconds instead of asking me in a question using all the tokens. Now I know how to do it and I save tokens. You see what I'm saying? So it's adapting to me already, which is interesting, you know? Very interesting. We're at 20K tokens. Alright. Said fumble the tail of the file, fixing the prose, method properly, creating. Said usually I kind of put a little information in there, but I put a lot, so you just gotta wait. Yeah, man. Even if you don't have the pro version, I mean, it'll change your life. You have more opportunities with it, especially when you learn it. You ain't going anywhere. So get in early, especially when all these prices are low. Or they start boosting them. All the good stuff is gonna be on the higher prices, higher price tiers. Already seeing it now. Yeah, get in here, get in here. But then, like, even I think there's another company recently, but it was only on a tier higher than them. It was only free for that tier, not the other. Claude is like honestly like one of the best AIs I've ever used. I also use Copilot and Gemini. It's my main other ones. I started off with Copilot mainly, and then I moved over to Claude. And I've been using Gemini here and there. Where like Gemini, it's like versus like realistically, like we're in the future. Like Google, if you type in Google.com, you're not really looking for information. You're probably looking for images or videos. But if you are using that, you're gonna have to type it in multiple times. Versus if you go to Gemini and then you type that question in, it gives you all the details, references, and everything just built in right there. Instead of being like, oh, let me go on Google and type this in, up and search through tab or search through a bunch of um, URLs and stuff. Gemini just has it all there, and maybe and give you the best ones. And then after that, your information is that much quicker. You see what I'm saying? And maybe not be that much faster, but that's how fast it is when you just simply use the right products and the right tools. You know, that's all it is. We're almost at 30K tokens. 30K tokens. Other than that, dummy yapping. Let the music play before the game starts up. So I need to press.
Bare feet sliding on the warm wood floor. You spun right back and I wanted more. Laughter spilling like coins in the sand. Every little worry fell right from my hand. Hold me close, let the night roll slow. Pretty
I just seen your message. Yeah, that definitely was a brain dump. That was a brain dump. Like that was just all off the noggin, bro. Like all off the oh yeah, I can do yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Let the moon lean, let the glasses clink, let the sweet night run till we barely think. One more sway, one more round, soul to soul, we go deep down, deep down, deep down, deep down. Palm rum breeze, take me there. Palm rum breeze, don't need care. Feel that beat in our bones. Palm rum breeze, take us home. Take us home. Take us home. Take us home. I came in wet from the edge of the flood, mud on my boots, fire in my blood. They shut the gate, I split the chain, head up high in the hard rain. Hear that roll down the road, hands in the dark, I won't fall. One more breath, one more mile. I keep moving, I keep my style. Right through the storm, right through the storm. I burn so bright, right through the storm, right through the storm. I like the path for those behind, right through the storm. I don't fall back.
One thing also another thing that I did before the stream made like over an hour amount of music using Suno. That way all the music I play is mine, so all the revenue come to me and I don't gotta worry about buying music and vibing here and you know what I'm saying? I'm if you're like live for an hour, you know how much music that can be? You know what I mean? So instead of trying to get copyright or making it where there's no music, especially when we're waiting for Claude to do its thing. We're using Opus high right now. I usually don't go higher than high, but cause I'm trying to like make sure it doesn't burn through the tokens too much. But HTML. If there's too much, let me go. Nope. Just to make sure we're safe, you know what I'm saying? Create index. And lower it. Yeah, see what it does. Pay attention to it. So we go vibe back out to that music though. Like I said, all the music that is played during this stream, I created. Just to let y'all know. I got a little over an hour of it. This is the style I like and like the vibe. It makes you feel uplifting, you know what I mean? I like it. Alright, go allow. That might. Let me just this. Momento, momento. Okay, so no, I think it'll be good. Let me see. Just trying to make sure I don't put out too much information. Alright, we're putting the music back on. Vibe out, Chad, vibe out. Hold up, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. It is ready to open. It's still running, but we got something right now. They named it Tomb of the Rattling Sand. Tomb of the Rattling Sand. That's a little different. Unique. Definitely unique. Alright. You know, I think I'll bring that back up because I like the fact that you're able to see the tokens. Almost done thinking. Almost 50K tokens. I'll look what the usage is at the end of this to see how much it took to make this game using Opus 5 just on high. There's higher versions to it too. I just personally have never touched them. They probably could be also a little faster too, but like I said, for the test run, I didn't want to burn through it all and be done in like 10 minutes. So we shall see. We shall see. And then if this is like, if this only used like 25% of it, that'd be just for my knowledge. I know I can go higher than Opus High. Like this very high, and I think one more higher than that. So we got something. We're gonna do. We'll do that. Okay, so it says windfall, red collecting, blah blah. All texture repeats too obvious. Every block is identical. Fixing with 3 texture variant. 2 real bugs. The eye light is blowing out of my own chest. And the body sits directly under the camera instead of behind it. Okay, so it made, or when it created the game, it had some bugs, but it realized that, and now it's fixing it. Versus me to get in there, see that issue, having to type it in and then do it over again. It's kind of doing it for me. So it's good that it's doing that type of scan to make sure it's good to go. So I just let you know how far AI has come too. You know, instead of typing, making it, seeing the bugs, then you gotta explain the bugs. You type or speak it out, and it finds the bugs as it's making it and fixes it along the way. Because anybody who's making a game is gonna have some type of bugs in the beginning, so luckily it's able to scan it, see it, move through it. Almost done thinking, but we go play a little bit more music. My music. I don't know why the freak Spotify opened up. Yeah. Alright, so right now it's partially playable. You see the general screen right here. I'm going to. What is that? um, let me move this thing up a little bit. Wolf-fed is a bear. Maybe that's a dog. I don't like. More brightness on my screen, dude. Yeah, HDR effect. What the fuck? I mean, I did say maze. You know what I'm saying? I was saying, that should look like a full-on maze. It took me seriously when I said maze. Right. So it's not ready yet, but we can still play the game. Gotta turn this up a little bit. The whole space. Yeah, this shit look crazy, bro. I'm on the ground. Yeah. Yo, I was like, man, yeah, it's not ready yet, right? It's not ready yet. Using the product that ain't finished. Alright, we're gonna vibe out a little longer and then let this thing finish up. But it is cooking, like I said, it's got the game going, like we talked about. So we'll go see what it does. It's going pretty good. Ooh, we seen the spiders. You seen the spiders? Now very close. Alright, we're going to blur that one out for now. What we got on the wall? We got skeletons, we got bugs, we got people jumping in the air like Tylil. Look at them. They jump in the air like Tylil. Alright, let's listen to some music while we wait. If you ever used AI, put yes in the chat. If you never used AI at all, let alone, yeah, if you never used any AI, place no. If you ever used any AI, put yes. And if you did use an AI, tell me which one. Was it Claude? Do you use it every day? Let me know. See what I'm dealing with. See how thorough the teaching can go. Yeah, 59.2K tokens. That probably would scare a lot of people. We'll see what it look like. Uh, Alright, yeah, we gotta let this game cook, cause I cannot like angle down at all for some reason. So I'm gonna let this thing continue to cook. We passed the 60K limit right now. There were 61.5K tokens. Let's see the update on Claude. There's no errors, 70 frames per second through a 5 walked, and the core mechanic is confirmed. Okay, plus anchors, triggers too loose. Oh, triggering too loose. Okay, making exact tile. Seems like it's kind of struggling on the tiles a little bit. As far as like the third time it's talking about like doing something to the tile. So ran a command, use 3 tools. Alright. Grab nothing. Okay, looks like the movement. Let's see if the movement is fixed. Back to the music. It's almost done. I did do a pretty big brain dump. You know, AI is like, well, my battery's dying on my camera. So we got to fix that real quick. We have a plug. We gotta take it out of the box and plug it into there. So un momento with that one. Okay. What is that? Y'all see that werewolf right there? What is that, chat? You see that? See that thing in there? Hold space to walk down those. I want to see what the big happens. I gotta get that camera fixed first. We can do that because that thing's gonna die. I don't like things dying. Okay. Alright. So, one thing. Un momento. Un momento. Do that. Yeah. And then. What's that mean? The wait is over. The game is finally ready to be played. For all those who waited, the time it took, thank you. Alright. So it's just 3 judgment calls. I'd flag, I added faint highlight and a goal. I definitely didn't add a goal to it, so that's something that needs to be added. That's why I probably added that thing. Can added force, unseal the collection, and exit gate and maze. Okay. And hybrid. I think shut up. Thought it was fucking charging. I literally have it plugged in. Gonna not be on and charged at the same time. My mouth and power bank. That's weird. But okay. I don't know. I've been live. We're just over an hour. I'm gonna say. Man, I did a little test run before with it, but damn, that thing died pretty fast. Sorry about that. Ooh, I guess this gives me the perfect opportunity to do this. Un momento. Chat room. Here we go. Bam. You think it up to the right or to the left? You think right here. Option. There, there. Alright. Let me cook, Chad. Let me cook. Ready, ready, ready. I got another surprise. I kind of want to do it, but I don't want to crash. Freaking crash the thing. I'm gonna quit Discord just to make sure. And then, right? Where the fuck is it? Alright, we're gonna go worry about that right now. That's too much work. Okay. Now we go play the game that we created. Hearing like a sound in my thing, but it's not like a pleasant one. Like I said. Or the turning is not working. You press up P for pause. Look around is the mouse. I am. Not working. Okay. So now that we see something's wrong with it, we'll throw that in the code to tell it. When I'm moving the mouse around, it's not giving me the ability to look. Is it working? Hello, hello. Oh, is my shit muted? What the fuck? There's an issue when it comes to what is going on. Why is it not showing? Matter of fact, let's look at the usage of it. Let me close this screen real quick just in case. With my usage. Okay, now it's working. What the fuck? There's an issue with the game. When I move around the mouse, it does not work. I can't look around or anything. It just lets me move forward. You know, I add all of that in. And now this thing's tweaking. It's tweaking. You want to cancel that? You press that. When I move around, sometimes it's doing it again. What do you... When I move around in the video game, I can only move forward, and when I try to move the mouse as the ability to look around, it is not working. I need you to fix this. I also want to be holding a wooden torch that looks like it was homemade, wrapped in a t-shirt that's been ripped up and soaked in some type of oil that will let it burn. I want to be able to see the details of the shirt and the flame on the torch as the person is holding it in their hand. Make sure the torch is very dry looking, like it's an old piece of wood they use that would be able to spark on fire. I want to be able to see the swirls in the wood as well as the embers slowly falling off of the wood as it burns in a duration of time. And give it an ability where sometimes the flame goes towards the character's face and they kind of have to flick it away, but it's an automatic ability that the person just reacts to it, just to make the game more unique. Did another dump, I did another dump of the brain dump, but you know what I'm saying, I wanted some things added to it. Let me look at the usage, that's what I wanted to do. So right now, for my usage, I'm at 71% off that. That was what, 64k tokens that was around about. And then the next reset is 3 hours and 12 minutes. So basically what I like to do sometimes is you can have something set up where you can have a recurring message that automatically pops up. So if you can set that for 5 a.m. and say most of you kind of get up maybe around 8 or 9, and then you can kind of like brain dump something like I did here. You can get all that information on and use up most of your information or most of your usage and be ready to go at 10. You know what I mean? And then you're right then and there. You can get right back to it. There's no breaks or anything, and it's no like, okay, I used this, now I gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? I like to try to kind of like get right in the middle. You know what I'm saying? So right when it's towards the end, I'm gonna try to use up the usage before the time runs out, and then once I get that done, and the usage automatically restarts, boom, I can get right back to it instead of having an actual 5 hour delay, which is something very important and most people don't probably do. But like I said, if you can time it right, like I said, you can use this thing like almost 4 times a day. You know, sometimes I get up at like 3 a.m. or I'll set that it'll be going off at 2, so I'll set it off, and you know what I mean. I'll just wait for it to cycle back, boom, get right back up, set that alarm. Okay, that's just like say this video game is taking a long time, and I gotta keep pressing and allowing it to do certain things, and it eats up all the code tokens. Now all I have to do is be ready to just wake up and just hit resume where you left off, and then bam, it just does all of what it was just doing and continues on. As long as you kind of wake up here and there and just press OK to allow. Obviously, you don't want to allow press OK on everything. You want to kind of read and know what it's generally doing and unlocking, because you know what I mean. When it does certain things in a computer, there is risk to that too. That's in the app. It'll tell you certain things where it's like a little more dangerous, but sometimes you gotta experiment some things, you know? So, just like this. Luckily, I set up a streamer mode so I could kind of show you guys generally what you could do with it. You know what I'm saying? Within a little over an hour, we just made a video game. A working one at that, you know what I'm saying? Which is pretty crazy to say. It's just wild in the times that we live in where it's like you can walk out of your room and say, yeah, I just built a song. Yeah, I just built an app. Okay, and then the next day, okay, I just built a video game. Okay, I just sold this product, this AI product to this company because it was so efficient and made their work life easier. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really possible. It's really like that type of time we are living in now, where it's like you have no excuse to not go after your dream. Like, you have the tool in your pocket. I've always had a quote before AI even came out, and I said, people have the answers in their pocket and they still choose not to look. Isn't that crazy? Just like how I said in the beginning of the video. When the information is given to you too easily, or from somebody you don't necessarily like can be chummy with, you know what I mean? They're not gonna take it seriously. That's why I understand why some people do paywalls behind certain things. Because realistically, if you give out all the information for free, no one's really gonna listen to you. But you know what I'm saying? If you put your money towards something, they're like, oh, all right. You know what I mean? It better be worth it. Or they gotta really like you to buy your product, you know? But right now, I'm just trying to show it for free to let people know what they can do and not just doom scroll on social media all day. Like, I'm telling you, they're calling like vampire coding. Like, if you can vampire code, I'm telling you, you'd be surprised what you can build. I vampire coded this spinning grape logo. I wanted some type of grapes because my channel is Tasty Grapes, and I wanted some type of spinning logo, and I was able to do it. I was able to use Blender and have Claude use Blender to create me it. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all ever did the donut thing on Blender, boy. Yo, I never finished that thing. I got up to like the sprinkles and that was it. Other than that, I was like, yo, that was a brain twist. I'm trying to get that done. If you know the donut, the sprinkle donut, you went on a path. That was like a rabbit hole of videos. But now this, like I said, it can make everything exactly the way I want it. Don't get me wrong, there's still some promptings and stuff, but if you know how to speak it to a friend of exactly what you want, you can do with AI. You just have to be able to communicate properly and explain exactly what you want, and it will give you a very, very close to almost exactly what you want on the screen. and then from there you just do more better prompting and understanding. You know, say like 4K ultra realistic or um, say 4K ultra realistic or 4K, or do like sometimes in my prompting I like to use the word like stuff that, like, because I do photography and drone footage, you can maybe say a 32 millimeter camera photo angle or shot, or drone view, uh, 8 millimeter photo distance. You know what I mean? And just type that in, and I can change the whole look of the video, image, or whatever you're creating. Okay. Your dreams are within reach. You literally just have to go for them. Literally type them into AI at this point. Type it into Claude, set up a project. Yo, you will be golden. Thank me later. Versus, you know, you're saying you write. I feel like it's just different versus you writing it in your notes and and you never go back to them. If you do have some of those, screenshot all those, put those in the Claude, and just like ask it like, this is the way I'm thinking. I want to get this into action and motion. How can I do this with your help? Bam, send all those freaking photos in there. It may do a lot of usage for the tokens, but like I said, it'll give you an answer to make you be able to just one step further to get to your dreams uh versus you just trying to figure it out by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like most people try to figure it out by themselves and really just like I've heard it before because I'm one of those people. I like to try to do everything myself, but like with AI, it's like it kind of helps with that, but it's like the team is literally in your pocket. You don't have to worry about anybody's emotions, how they're feeling on certain days, or you tell them to do certain things, but they're your buddy, but then they don't do it. So now the business isn't going the way you want it to. You know, this is like has you in control, has the way you think on all aspects of it, and then the AI learns how you think and certain things you will respond to, and then from there it just builds it up more and more and makes it just completely yours. Ooh, okay, this game is like fire. Oh my god, I gotta show y'all this. Yeah, as my camera is up, but my camera is charging right now. In fact, we're gonna throw on a faster charger. See if we can do that and get that back up. This game looks like it's almost ready, but when I look at this thing, let me show y'all. I gotta allow Claude to do something. Allow Claude to run by putting action. Alright, I'm using my keyboard. Not bad looking, not bad looking. What the fuck is that? Yo, we was just doing that. Alright, so moving around has been fixed. I don't know what my crouching, is that why? The turning still needs to be fixed a little bit because it's like it's cutting me off right here. It's on me. Double tap it around. I can't move it anymore. Yeah, it's like it goes to there and I can't freaking turn anymore. Like, what the? Okay, there we go. Basically, you gotta turn this a little more to use the arrows. We have one sun seal. So it has that little ember I talked about. Remember where it's like as you're walking, the little flicker of light or the embers come off of the torch. The bandages overall wrapped around looks pretty good. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It looks like it's definitely been soaked in something. Look at that. There's the embers I was talking to you about. That could be a little bit better, but it looks pretty good. At first I was like, yeah, what the heck is this? But it does kind of make it more of a scarier look to it. So, yo, it's just, maybe I can add something to be like, maybe it's burning my hand. So I only have a certain amount of time to have to put the torch down or something because it's kind of getting closer to my hand or something. That could be something we can add to it. You definitely gotta get the hand done because like what is this hand, bro? It looks like a little blob with a little thumb on it or something. Like South Park hand. Alright. So that's another positive too, as it's doing it. We can kind of see the capture. Click to capture the mouse. There's a spider. There's a rattlesnake. You know, I should have it where I could burn the rattlesnake with the torch because realistically, in my hand, like, if I'm in a tomb and I see a rattlesnake, I'm gonna burn that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He come near me and stuff like that. I'm cornered. Yo, you getting burned. Okay. See what the rattle sounds like because my TV's muted. Kind of sounds like a sizzling and stuff like that. I feel like this game kind of also needs TNT. I feel like that's the next thing I want to add to the game. What the heck? Dry wood. I don't know what the heck that is. Give me a second. I guess that must be like some type of texture it's trying to use. It says dry wood. So, since I didn't tell it to necessarily grab something from the internet, it's probably just kind of knows what it is, but it's trying to create its own general style, so it's not copyright. So hey, like I said, that's another positive right there that maybe most people wouldn't even think about, but bam, now it's in the game. Okay. Page script. Alright, it's back. Alright. The arrows looking messed me up, I ain't gonna cap. That's all I'm gonna... Y'all hear any volume or no? If you don't hear volume, you let me know and I will fix that. I think I'm going to put this right here so that way I can see the chat. I'm doing this. This looks like it. Option. Here, let's see. Just constantly clicking back and forth with the freaking the freaking thingamajiggies. Trying to keep myself safe, you know what I mean? Precaution, precaution. Okay. The options, raise up, right here. And then we're gonna here. Alright, so the tokens are still going. Alright, so now I'm gonna keep allowing this thing. Bear with me, bear with me. Oh, okay, I was not ready. I gave a, I was not ready for that. Like, what the fuck? I was see that was nice though. That was nice. I was not expecting that. That came out of nowhere. You would not have. Nobody expected that thing to just pop out like that. Now that had a very loud sound with something spooky in there. Even better. Even better. Like I said, we gotta remember to. Oh yeah, remember for I said I can burn myself slightly with it. We gotta remember to add that in the game. I wanna see what happens if he bites me. Okay, I went down, I died. Okay. So the spiders need fixing based on the look of the game. From the look of that, the spiders kind of legs are a little messed up. They look like I don't even know what to call that. What I just saw, the spider legs was just not it. Alright. Game froze on me, so that means it's still running its code. In the meantime, we will play some music. Bye about. Alright, so what you're seeing is that we're coming close to our usage until the next one that strikes at 12:30. We do have usage credits. 1 second. See how much for usage. So right now I'm at 91% of the usage right now. And then the next reset is not until 2 hours and 49 minutes. But I have extra 25. I don't know. We'll see. I think maybe on the next stream, hopefully I'm probably gonna stream this again tomorrow around maybe the same time. I'm going to do it where tomorrow, basically once we get up to the use, okay, so what I'm gonna try to basically do tomorrow is how I told you where like you can kind of use a lot of your usage up, and then since it's close to that time, you can jump right back in. I'm gonna try to time it like that for tomorrow, so that way when we're close to our usage, it'll be all right, and it'll be bump up. And then tomorrow we will change Opus to Fable 5 for a little bit. I'll use a little bit of my usage credits for that to show you what it can do and how fast it'll be, as well as where is it at? Well, I probably can't do it. There it is. See, so there's extra, max, and then ultra code that I've never used. So it's kind of cool. It even gives a little effect of it. So I would want to see how interesting that is. I don't think we're gonna get to ultra code tomorrow, but I would definitely want to try out maybe extra and then max, and then later on we'll go to ultra code. Just so, like I said, we don't burn through it too fast. Cause I'm gonna generally probably want to like push it and try to like get at least almost an hour and a half of the usage. But if we change it to high or change it to extra, it could definitely probably maybe burn through it a lot faster. But it'll be something we'll test out. See what our usage is like. 1 second. This window just in case. Kept it open the last time. Really bad. I don't think there's anything really vulnerable on there. I do also have a link to give Claude to 3 people. So if you are interested in that, you can write it in chat or something. Maybe I can drop it in there, and the first 3 people who use it, hey, go ahead. It says send a friend a free week of Claude code. If they love it and subscribe, they'll get $10 in usage credits to keep building. That's all it is. So if y'all are interested in that, let me know. If I don't drop it today, I'll drop it tomorrow. Probably drop it tomorrow just so more people kind of know and have a slight chance, but yeah, you guys stay tuned for tomorrow. Alright, this code has been completed. So now we're going to open this back up. Hopefully now we're going to test out the bugs. Let's see, the usage was at 91%, so we still have a little bit of things to fix. So basically, what we're going to do is we're going to play this. We're going to see the effects, or we're going to see what needs to be fixed on this game. And then we're going to prompt Claude, run out of the usage, and then continue tomorrow. That's basically what I'm trying to get after at this point. I really like the flame and the torch that it made. It even just kind of has a little bit of swaying motion. Look at it, it's burning me a little bit. That's awesome. I'm glad I added that in there. Right. So what I was looking at before is that basically press the P button to pause. You can see where your character is. So those little sundial things we're looking for, you can literally just follow this thing. I swear I thought I was in a box, but I realized if you press the pause button, it literally has the map right there. So like I'm gonna go straight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes, and then to the left and right, and I should run into one of those sundials. So I'm going straight. So this thing definitely is a maze, bro. That's what I'm saying. I thought I was just going. Make a left. Make a right. That's correct. That's awesome. How very close. And stomping. Oh yeah, so these spiders, like what happened to your legs, buddy? They all grew out on the left side. Yo, like, what the hell happened? Alright, so it does have sound. Let me know if the sound is a little overwhelming. Okay, so we're gonna go to board. So, first thing we know we need to fix is the spiders that only have legs in the right side of them. Or left side of them. Stuff on the wall looks pretty good. Not too bad. Like I said, they got Tyler doing a jump split. I didn't ask for that, but the game brought it in there. The skulls. We got some spiders. You know what would be nice in here? Beetles. You know what I'm saying? Like remember for like the Mummy movie, Beetles. You know what I'm saying? Those things. I remember when I was younger and that movie, the movie The Mummy came out, and those beetles were all over. Like that was the most creepiest, but like great like type of horror added to it. You know what I mean? You could always make some type of CGI like animation of a monster or something, but what is happening? Dry hands close. What the heck? Dry hands closed on you out of the dark. The wrapping smell of resin. Oh, okay, so it must have been a mummy. Okay, what the heck just happened? Uh, Yo, what I was talking about? Oh, okay, there's the mummy. There's the mummy. There's the mummy. That motherfucker was ready, bro. I don't know what you got on that cloth. I don't know what you got on that cloth, but like, yo, whatever you put up to my. Okay. I love it. I love this game so far. It's doing great. Like, these random jump scares that you don't expect. Now, if that face could be a little more scarier and some type of proper sound, it'd be perfect. I personally can't hear the sound right now because other than that, it's gonna go through the mic. So y'all get the first sound of it. But look at that, and they got tombs where the mummies were at. That just gives me more of an idea of making the tombs more like realistic looking. And then, like I said, this could be open, have like a little bit of like darkness in there, maybe some old bandages left in there to let you see that he like kind of got out. You got the pyramids. I feel like the pyramids could be a little more like blocky, almost like a Minecraft style type of blocky. Oh, very close. Saw the mummy. Mummy was kind of funny, but I want to see the werewolf. We're on a full moon right now, so I'm looking for him. So while we're doing that, I think we're going to add our prompt in. So right now we have. Oh, I tried double tapping, but it's too late. Just dry hands. Close. That's not funny too. Like what do you think a mummy smells like? You know what I'm saying? Like those bandages, yeah, it might take you out, bro. Yeah. Decaying flesh, all that. Fucking pissed. Like, yo, the sitting in them bandages. Yo. Right when I ran out of stamina. Oh man. Oh fuck. Yoink. Yeet. Yo, we out of here, bro. You still out there? I can see him all the way down there too. Ask me to light this motherfucker with his freaking bit. Oh, good. We gotta get out of here, man. Well, let's talk about it, man. Oh, you won't come out here, y'all. You won't come out in the broad daylight. You'll come out under the moonlight. Oh, he's yeet. The house is very close. Oh, the rattlesnake. Oh. See, look at that. I'm already adding some things to my game. Or look at that. Now I'm dying to rattlesnakes. Mummy. I just want to see this. I think I can make different levels to it. Like maybe get to the top. Yeah, where is it? Where is it? I think I want to make it where. Okay, I'm in this freaking maze. I'm just gonna have to press P to pause to see where I'm at. I think the bright spots let you go outside. Alright, so I gotta go straight. Yeah, see, I like this already too. This makes a different aspect to the game already. It's supposed to be a horror game. It has jump scares in it. There's different things that can attack you, and look, you already see that it's already set up. Sun seal is golden, spiders red, rattlesnakes. I don't know why that's yellow, but mummy's white, werewolf is purple. Okay, so maybe when we see the moonlight, see, look, I'm already figuring it out. Maybe when we see the moonlight, when it gets that says where it says like there's a full moon and you hear stomping, I'm gonna press P for pause and look for the purple dot on the screen, and from there we should possibly be able to find the wolf. That's the last character I haven't seen yet. And then it says the gate, but the gate looks like it could be that little block to the down to the bottom right. Like, why is that the only thing that's like extra, like almost like bold definition to it? But we're gonna try that out. So I need to go straight 4 blocks left, and then. Oh, you really gotta look at this shit because you don't want to be caught in a dead end. You know what I'm saying? So you really gotta look. All right. I kind of want to get towards the middle though. All right, so I'm gonna go straight. Then I'm gonna go left. I'm gonna make another left. If I go down, that's not gonna take me anywhere. This is confusing. See now, like this right here would be an interesting game because it makes you really think. Okay, I gotta go left. No, I could go down here. If I follow this line right here, that'll technically bring me there. Might see more enemies to the left. Oh, this is difficult. Alright. Not difficult, but just so confusing. You know what I need to do? I need to add a mini map to my thing so I can start pressing the P. Look at that, see? I'm over here zero coding, now I know what to add to it. So, let's add a couple things. I want I want you to create. How's it working? Okay, there you go. I want you to create a mini map for this game. Place it over in the top right corner. From there, the spiders also have an issue. The spiders are having all their legs stick out of one side of their body, and I want there to be even amount of legs on both sides of the body. You can also make the spiders just a little smaller. They don't have to be that big. When it comes to the rattlesnakes, I want to be able to defend myself, so make the torch able to reach down to burn them if they try to attack or are nearby. The fire should be able to keep them away before they strike. But you have to personally look at the snake in the eyes and slowly place the torch towards it to make it go away. If you ran into a layer of the rattlesnakes, then okay. To make the torch able to reach down to burn them, if they try to attack or nearby, the fire should be able to keep them away before they strike. But you have to personally look at the snake in the eyes and slowly place the torch towards them. Maybe I want to do like a wave of fire. There will be a special prompt. Why would it do that? There will be a special prompt to press that will wave the torch back and forth and make the snake retreat. There will be a room that you run into that is unexpected that is full of rattlesnakes all over, and it's close to near death trap. I want the room to have 15 rattlesnakes in there and 2 mummies inside of their tomb. Make sure the tomb is able to show the depth inside of it to show that the mummy was in there and has now crawled out of it, versus a tomb where the mummy has not crawled out of it yet. If you see the tomb with the lid slightly tilted to the side or on the ground, then that shows that the mummy has escaped. Leave dirty looking bandages inside of the tomb itself to show that there was evidence of the mummy being in there. When it comes to the mummy's bandages, I want them to look a little more dirtier. The general look and walk of the mummy was great, but the bandages could look a little more filthy. There will be different power. Okay, so we did the. Oh, now we're getting the mini map. I also want there to be a mini map on the top right hand side of the screen, so that I don't have to keep pressing the P button to see where I'm going and what is nearby me. Make sure it's visible but not overly too big where it's taking up too much of the screen. I would like to be able to see the maze area that I'm seeing on the map clearly. And let there be a button to double tap to zoom in on the map if need be, instead of pressing E to pause and see the whole map. Ooh, actually, you know what? Instead of making it mini map on the right hand side, I want it to be a map. A map that you actually pull out and you can move forward while having the map out and walk around to know exactly where you're going and what square you're going to. This way we can walk and look at the map at the same time, but still implement the mini map on the top right hand corner and be able to toggle it on and off just in case the map that I walk around to follow and look up and down is not efficient enough. I want the werewolf to spawn a little more often and closer to me. I've yet to run into one. Make sure the werewolf is very hairy looking, like it's been in multiple fights, almost like a wild rabid dog. Make sure its teeth are nice and sharp, has drool. It has drool dripping down with slight blood marks or blood on the side of its face. Make sure the blood in the game is not floating. I want it to actually be dripping down off of the actual creature. Make it look like the werewolf was turned from a human, so I want there to be very tight looking dress shirt on the creature that's been ripped and jeans on the creature almost similar to I was gonna say Hulk, but I don't want it to like put that like reference in there. I'm trying to figure out what to put in there. Very tight looking dress shirt on the creature. Oh, jean shorts. Alright, we'll go with the jean shorts, or do I want to do dress pants? Yeah, let's do dress pants. See what it looks like. Nah, I don't know if AI will mess it up. Let's go jeans just to be safe for now. Jeans. Rip to the kneecap. Give me the ability to light the mummy on fire if I find three. Oh no. If I find an item in the game which will be a oil or wax of some sort that allows the flame to be hotter or bigger to be able to burn the mummy if he gets too close. When you do burn the mummy, it sends him running on fire and a fast burst, and he disappears around the corner. It's hysterical slash scary at the same time. And all the spiders and rattlesnakes nearby scatter from the flames coming towards them when the mummy is on fire. The end goal of this game is to get the golden cluster of grapes. Is a It is a pure gold statue of a cluster of grapes, and is worth a lot of money. So it is surrounded by a bunch of tombs. I want there to be a rock, a giant rock that comes rolling down the hill if you step in the wrong spot. Once we get closer to the golden cluster of grapes, there will be different levels to this game. Currently, we're at the base level, but we need to climb up the actual pyramid. So make sure the rooms are bringing us in towards the pyramid and then going down the pyramid and making it seem like this is the maze and tombs that they spoke of when going into grave rob under a pyramid. They set up all these rooms and different mazes to confuse the grave robbers and have them die in these rooms. Yeah, Chad, I got a crazy mind. I know. He's like, what is he talking about? So now we go hit that. Here we're gonna do a little bit higher. It's probably gonna burn right through because it's not extra, but we're already at 91%. But we're just gonna try it. We're on Opus Extra right now. So far, Chad, this is what the game is looking like. It ain't bad. We're gonna burn through the stuff, so this is what a journey looks like. This stuff on the walls we can probably change a little bit. Maybe we can add some grape clusters to the wall. Now it's using some tokens. Press P to see where we're at. We gotta turn around. Yo, the jump scares always just come up out of nowhere, bro. It's like always like I'm running or something. I love that though. Like the game listens. Like I can't tell you I was expecting that at all. So I'm gonna go here. Another jump scare. I gotta try to figure out how to make it like a little more. Even if you're running, it kind of follows you or something. If each time I'm running, I always end up right. If I'm like just speed running through this thing, I'm not gonna see it. So I gotta go down. Okay, so these dots on the map are the characters, which makes sense. So if I go over there, there's that. Okay, so I walked into a dead end. To get over there, I have to go straight, take a left. Go straight again. Alright, you should have just reached. Alright, chat. We hit our usage limit. Thank you all for watching. I just want to let y'all know and see what the... Okay, there's a howl. See, it says a howl, but that purple dot is mad far away. So I don't even know why I'm getting the notification for that thing. There's no way I'm making all the way over to that thing. Oh, we gonna try it. We're gonna try to get to the... We gonna try to end the stream and get to the wolf. Okay. Oh, where he's fucking gone. Yo, he's just on the screen. Oh, we got a mommy. We got a mommy. Oh, my thing froze. Yeet. Don't touch me, man. I don't like to be touched. Okay, how's nearby? Yeah, there's no way for me to get to that freaking thing over there, bro. Now he's over there. I just sprinted over here for what? Okay, so this is a door. What in the world? So this is the doorway. But man, okay, so maybe we have to, after we collect all 3 sun seals, this is probably going to allow me to leave that or win the game. So that's interesting. So that's maybe for next stream, but thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. We'll be teaching more tomorrow. As far as the time, let's shoot for, say, let's say 6 p.m. 6 p.m. is pretty reasonable. That way everybody's off work. They got a little time to do what they want. I know you can tune in, ask some questions if you need, and we can keep learning how to use AI to build something really amazing. Other than that, I appreciate you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. Stay blessed by the best. And I think we're going to end it with one of these. Like I said, all songs that you heard were made by me. So we're going to end it off with one of the songs made by me, you know what I'm saying? Un momento. Let's do... With a great guy, I love that one. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. Coconut hammock. Coconut hammock is fucking amazing. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for watching.